Welcome to the Ringer Fantasy Football Show. My name is Danny Heifetz, and I'm joined by Danny Kelly and Craig Horlbeck. And today it is Power Hour, where every Wednesday we power rank something. Except this week, we're actually going to draft something. We are going to go ahead and we're going to draft teams that we trust in the playoffs. Situation, we're going to pretend for a moment it's the playoffs. Call it Wild Card Weekend. Game is tied, going to overtime. We are going to draft teams that we actually think will win a game in the playoffs in overtime. Both teams touch the ball, offense, defense, and teams that we trust. Before we even get into the scenario, it's funny that we're a fantasy football show and we don't actually draft anything on this show.
Our show is the draft show for half the year.
All of the shows that the Ringer that are about like movies and TV draft way more than the shows about sports, which is pretty funny, especially ours. So yeah, maybe we'll start drafting more stuff. But this is, I don't know what we're calling this. Maybe it's the playoff pucker factor draft. But the whole idea behind this is that this is not just one drive, which quarterback are you taking? We're factoring in that overtime rules. The defense and the offense are going to get a shot on the field. So you have to factor in, you're going to get one possession from your defense and one possession from your offense at the very least. Which team do you just feel is going to win in that situation?
So we're going to go through all that. And also, Spotify Wrapped coming out soon, or maybe by the time you're listening to this, Spotify Wrapped maybe is already out. And so, one, if we're on that for you, thank you. That's amazing.
And tag us, send it to us.
Yeah, please tag us, send it us, tag us on Instagram, tag us wherever. Please tag. That's amazing. And we really, genuinely just really appreciate it. That's incredible. You guys have basically infinite options to spend your time. And if we are on your app, we honestly, from the bottom of our heart, thank you. That's just, never gets old when we're in your app. So thank you for that. And so, we're going to get into all that. But first, we're going to take a quick break. This episode is presented by Chime. Bank smarter this season. Fantasy football is all about strategy. Well, here's a winning strategy for your money. Trade banking fees for fee-free banking, 1.5% cash back, getting paid when you say, and a higher APY on your savings. That's the lineup that wins. Stop banking the old way. Bank smarter through Chime. Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and the secured Chime Visa credit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. members FDIC. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. Details at chime.com/fees info. With a qualifying direct deposit, earn 1.5% cash back on eligible secured Chime Visa credit card purchases. APY means annual percentage yield. Learn more at chime.com. Okay. We're going to get into the pucker factor draft, the teams you trust draft. I don't know what this is called, but first we have to get into some very important news. On Sunday's episode, one of us mentioned there was this post that was going viral that was really funny, that after the Steelers got rocked by Buffalo, someone made the joke that it was
I can read the tweet if you want.
Oh, please.
Yeah, this is from Seth Rorabaugh. Shouts out Seth. He tweeted after the Steelers lost to the Bills 26-7, he said, Mike Tomlin is going to say something like, we can't eat soup with forks. We need spoons. And then the Steelers are going to sign a 2018 Pro Bowler to the practice squad. Well, today, the Steelers signed wide receiver Adam Thielen, who was a 2018 Pro Bowler. So hats off to you, Seth.
No way.
The Steelers and Mike Tomlin are that predictable.
That is actually insane.
I think the Steelers fans booing Renegade, their song, is the most concerning thing that happened in the Mike Tomlin era. This person making that joke and then it actually happening is probably the second most concerning thing. I'm more worried by this than them allowing 500 rushing yards to the Ravens in the final two games last year.
I mean, Rodgers is as pissed as he's ever been, and he threw players under the bus in the presser after the game. Our very own Ben Solak, a friend of the program, broke down why the Steelers receivers are a mess. I mean, he wants guys who can, when he makes it audible at the line, and they know what's going on and they're going to run the right route, because there was basically a guy ran a corner when he was supposed to run a post and it could have been a touchdown, and Rodgers was pissed because he's throwing at Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson.
Calvin Austin is dead to Rodgers because he had a game a few weeks ago where Calvin Austin messed up 2 or 3 things, and then Calvin Austin had another drop this week. Rodgers, I don't think is going to throw to Calvin Austin more than 5 times the rest of the season.
Adding Thielen is perfect because they have right now the Steelers
It's Adam Thielen.
What did I say?
You call him Alan Thielen?
No, you said adding Thielen.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Sorry.
No, but they only have the hugest receivers and the smallest receivers. They need they need to do the right in the middle. Just
I feel like they have
a regular sized, regular speed white guy.
They have the single most athletic receiver maybe in the league in DK Metcalf, the biggest alien, and then Ben Skoranek and Adam Thielen. and guys who are like 5'9".
The
By the way-
DK Metcalf trade, we kind of have to revisit right now. Like the Steelers got rid of George Pickens, sent him to Dallas. Obviously, Pickens now still has more receiving yards than the entire Steelers receivers combined. Pickens wasn't going to do that in Pittsburgh. We all know that. It's not crazy. No. Like sometimes trade can work for both sides. Pickens was better off in Dallas. Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. I don't think the detail-oriented nature of Rodgers was going to work with Pickens. I get the fears.
So
I want to start with DK because what'd you say?
So they signed DK Metcalf.
Well, I was going to say, so I want to start with you because you were in love with DK Metcalf. He's one of your favorite Seahawks. And then they sent him to Pittsburgh and they signed him this big deal and it doesn't make any sense. And then now Jackson Smith and Jigba is crushing it. How do you feel about the Metcalf deal where they trade the pick for Metcalf and then they give DK Metcalf like a $90 million guaranteed?
Do you think we could trade DK Metcalf to Dallas and then you guys trade us Jackson Smith and Jigba?
No.
Right.
Do you mean the Seahawks?
Yeah.
No. Okay. I think I still love DK Metcalf. You know, he was just like pure sex as a receiver, big, strong, extremely explosive fella. But I said this at the time when they signed him, like detail oriented was not something that I would say, or reliable was not something I would call him.
He's also not a get open immediately guy. Rodgers needs guys like sometimes to get open in a second.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is trying to get rid of the ball immediately. He's like checking to all these different plays. You have to be on the same page with him. But that just never really felt like DK Metcalf's strong suit or like what would really fit with him. So, yeah, I mean, I think everything that we thought has come true. By the way, Craig, we got to eat soup with a spoon quote.
Yeah.
Tomlin had a pretty close one to that today.
What was it?
So this is from Brooke Pryor. Tomlin says basically why have the answers to what they're looking for been so elusive? And he says, those same ingredients have produced 6 wins as well as 6 losses. So it's about how we cook to it this week.
Okay. He's the fucking rhythm.
So this is what we were saying.
Seth was like so fucking clairvoyant.
Again, once again, it's the I can't believe how often the phrase "the tuxedos are starting to seem fucked up" has been relevant to this show.
Yeah.
But it's kind of that same situation where it's like, all right, you know what? Those are starting to fall on deaf ears a little bit, Tomlin. Okay.
This is what we were saying about sometimes, you know what, 20 years is enough.
Yeah.
And when your fan base is able to predict almost word for word and action for action what you'll do 48 hours later, you know what, this maybe it's time for something new.
If we can predict everything he's going to say and everything they're going to do, maybe the other teams can predict their plays too, which is something that a lot of players have been saying is the case.
Yeah, and like,
time
look,
to change.
It's been a while, and I would say generally what Tomlin brings to the table, you want in a franchise and in a head coach. Like you want consistency. You don't want him to get over his skis. You don't want him to get outlandish and start saying stuff and get pissy, and you don't want the team to be too emotional. And after a bad loss, sometimes you need the coach to be like, "It was one game, we'll be fine. Like let's not freak out." But when it's been 8 going on 9 years since they've won a playoff game, and they continue to not show up against good opponents and underperform constantly, then it starts to get a little stale. Like initially, I think this is what you want in a coach. Like if the Patriots lose a game, Mike Vrabel would be doing what Mike Tomlin is doing right now. The only difference is it's been like 10 years since the Steelers have felt like they could win a fucking playoff game.
I'm wondering if our punishment for trivia this year should be whoever comes in last has to eat soup with a fork.
And they have to finish it, an entire bowl.
Yes. You have to like eat soup with a fork. No like debris either. Like you just have to sit there and eat like tomato soup with a fork until it's gone.
DK, how's that sound to you? You could dip your quesadilla in it, maybe.
No, no dipping.
Ooh.
That's a decent idea though. Quesadilla in the tomato soup.
It's like a grilled cheese, really.
Yeah, that does sound good actually. I might try that.
It's pretty good. Okay. We're going to get now into this. We're going to do a draft. Again, you know, there's this new thing they got called drafts, and we're going to
drafting.
So
yeah,
we're still going to do Tom though. But yeah, it's we're pretending it's a thought exercise.
It's going to be 2 minutes on the literal draft clock. It actually makes more sense now to have Tom.
We should have done the draft chime, but we weren't thinking ahead. So we're going to do Tom. And again, I think that right now everyone's kind of like, which teams are good, whatever. And we just think it is very clarifying to be like, overtime, got to see both sides of the ball. How are you? Like who do you actually, and again, there's records and stats and all this stuff matters. But it's about the feeling. It's about all that stuff condensed into, do you think they're going to win or do you think they're going to lose?
Yeah, we're factoring all that stuff in, but we want to stress that like just because a team is 10-2 or 9-3, that means nothing. A team could be 4-9, and we think that if they were in the playoffs and they could win a game, we will draft them. This can be any team is eligible. They don't necessarily have to be guaranteed that they will make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So again, this is overtime. You're heading into the game. It's
overtime and wild card weekend, and like we're going to draft teams that we're most confident will win the game. And the draft order, we're going to go snake draft. So for draft order, we're going to do a trivia question here to break this.
Should I add this to our trivia tally from Monday's show or no?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
What's the score?
Heifetz says 15 is in first. I'm in second with 13. DK has 9.
Man, I got fucking 0 last time. Jeez.
Yeah.
Just falling behind.
Is this a chance for you to get a little bonus point here?
Okay. Just want to be in double digits. That's all.
I will let you guys pick the topic. There's one about there's a question here about the United States purchasing a tract of land. And there's also one about a workplace platform.
Workplace platform seems more funny.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so our beloved
the United States purchasing a tract of land.
Yeah, you're
scintillating
right. That's pretty
stuff.
boring. Yeah, you're right. It's pretty boring now that I think about it. Fine, we'll do this one from Mike.
Mikey.
Sausage egg breakfast sandwich for breakfast. Mike's trivia question is, he wrote in about our beloved workplace platform, Jamf.
Yeah.
Which sold for like $3 billion.
What does Jamf do again?
I don't know. Anyway, so Jamf, we joked about it, and then 3 weeks after we joked about it, it literally sold for $2 billion. Or 10, I don't remember. So Mike writes, how many people work in the human resources department for Jamf?
God damn it.
An HR for Jamf? Did they really sell for $3 billion?
I'll look up that. We can all know that. Jamf sale price. Jamf sold for $13 a share, which valuated it at $2.2 billion. Okay. Fucking Jamf.
I don't know.
Helps organizations manage and secure Apple products at work.
How many people work in HR at Spotify? I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Okay.
I feel like... Wait, did you just say what Jamf does? They help organize...
products.
They help the companies give the employees technology. Is that it?
I don't know.
They help
like computers.
I just read it. I don't know.
Okay.
That was how I interpreted it. But
all right. I guess I have a number.
All right.
I don't know.
3, 2, 1.
11.
40.
I said 6. What'd you say?
I said 11.
I said 40.
Wide range here. Craig's got the upper... Probably, I feel like the upper hand on this.
54.
Yeah.
Damn it. Craig, you are 1 off of Heifetz now.
Yeah, dude, I'm on fucking hot streaks right
Pretty
now.
good. Okay.
All
so
right,
without further ado here, Craig, so you, what pick you want here? 1, 2, 3.
I want... It's a great question.
Oh my God. Hurry this train.
No.
I didn't think about this.
I want the third pick.
Okay. Weird flex. DK, what do you want?
I want the first pick.
Great.
That's what I would have took. Okay, cool. All right, DK, you're on the clock. We're going to do this Power Hour style. So every 2 minutes, you're going to hear this sound.
The NFL draft should use TomTom.
Honestly, they should. But the chime hits. The chime's like 30% of why people watch the draft.
I know.
And it's the song it's the jingle from Grease.
Oh my God. Yeah, we got to run that. We got to explain that
what?
again.
Remember that?
We talked about this.
I was deprived of a young girl's dream.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God.
It is ripped off from Grease.
That is wild.
It's what's her name?
It's raining.
Isn't it Rizzo?
Night.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. I have third pick, which means I pick 3 and 4. So DK first pick, then Heifetz.
All right. So you start the clock?
Yeah, 2 minutes on the clock.
I feel like this was the only one that I had any confidence in. And ironically, they just lost to the fucking Panthers, but I'm still taking the Rams. I'm taking the Rams. I'm taking Sean McVay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Matthew. I don't know what his middle name is. M. Stafford. And I'm taking a pass rush, the defense that can pass rush, that can create turnovers, that can cover, all that stuff. So what do you guys think?
Matthew Stafford's middle name is Matthew. His first name is John.
John Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
I think I heard that, but I totally forgot.
John Stafford.
His middle name's
JM Stafford. I have a friend named JM.
Yeah, I had them second, but I get it. Yeah, the Rams. They're the only team in the NFC I trust.
You had them second.
I think there is a tier of 3 teams that I have in the first tier that I think I would trust. The Rams I had at the top of my first tier, but I don't feel like the Rams are head and shoulders above any other team, which is why I didn't opt for the first pick. Like, I trust them enough. The Panthers stings. The Panthers lost stings a little bit.
Took the shine off a little bit, but I think they are the consensus number 1 pick. I'm surprised Heifetz doesn't have that at number 1. If they get into the red zone, good night. They have Devontae
Adams.
No,
that's true. I think they are the number 1 pick.
The only thing, the downside with the Rams, obviously, there are times where things get clunky, but the kicking, Rams have the one thing I'll say, the Rams of all the good teams, that is the hole to me. I'm not trying to poke a hole. The Rams are incredible, but the extra point, you got to watch it. You can't just see them score a touchdown. Like, you have to watch them kick an extra point this year. But otherwise, I'm not going to quibble with the Rams as the top pick. Yeah. They're incredible. And again, Devontae Adams at the goal line, but also the defense is just amazing. Yeah. And again, the Rams really were so close to beating the Eagles last year in the playoffs in the snow. And then Jalen Carter kind of blew up Stafford. And I feel like the Rams might be better this year.
It just comes down to you not being a fan of Josh Carty.
Well, Harrison Mevis,
Harrison Mevis.
Kicker.
How could you not?
That's fair. Those are the top 2. The team I'm going to take number 2, though, I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah.
And I understand that there is questions here. The Bills' defense is worse. The run game. I get all that. But I just think Josh Allen in the playoffs is probably the best player, the guy I trust most. And I just still think that they're capable of doing it. I just think Josh is unstoppable at times.
I know. I had the Bills in my top tier as well because of only Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I need to win a game in overtime and I have 1 possession or whatever, obviously we're doing this with the defense too, but I want the fucking superhero that is going to just will his team. I know that in the past, like in the playoffs, they haven't finished.
But Josh hasn't been the problem.
Josh Allen's fault.
No.
Yeah.
Also, they've beaten other teams. Like I just think Josh is unbelievable, and I think he's still playing well. And I know the Texans game is tough, but even then, I'm like, that was the best defense in the NFL on 4 days rest. Even last week with the Steelers, the Bills did have either tackles for that game. Like that, we kind of didn't talk about that enough. The Bills ran for 249 rushing yards. Or whatever, it was 247. Without either starting tackle, I wonder how many times that's ever happened in NFL history to basically have 250 rushing yards without your starting tackles.
Yeah. Also, the Bills' defense has been a little bit better over the last month of the season as well. I agree. They're also in the top tier for me. It's funny that the Bills are not going to win their division. The Rams, in theory, cannot win their division. And the team I'm going to pick next probably won't win their division. Which is like the narrative of this entire season, that the teams we probably feel the best about in crucial situations are not even going to win their division.
This is what I was saying, where we're between eras, like the Bills, the Ravens, the Chiefs, all these teams that we have trusted and been dominant are just kind of falling off, but there's not really a tier yet that we trust. And maybe it's because we're simpletons and we need to see it happen in the playoffs, but also history suggests you do need to see it happen sometimes.
The fear with the Bills is that they've had some bad losses this year. They lost to Miami 30-13. Yeah. They lost to the Falcons. And then they lost to the Patriots in Houston. It's just their receiving core feels the worst as it's ever been. I don't know who you depend on. I guess Khalil Shakir, and you hope Dalton Kincaid can be healthy, but it's bad.
That is why the Rams is probably a better pick. Than
Devontae Adams and Puka versus Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman if he's not late for a meeting and whatever.
Well, he's Abdul Carter's late and he's fine.
Keon Coleman scored a touchdown this week.
Maybe that's the same. Maybe Abdul Carter is not late enough. Craig, so you have 2 back-to-back picks here. Who are you doing?
The first team I'm going to pick is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. I also had, even though they're going to miss the playoffs, I'm like, yeah.
If the exercise is that we enter overtime,
they're going to miss the playoffs.
This draft is about if you enter playoffs, who do you think is going to win the game? I think you could argue right now it's still Chiefs number 1 in the NFL.
I was surprised you guys didn't rip me for taking
Patrick Mahomes. That's the thing, though. They're not going to make the playoffs.
They're not going to make the point of this exercise.
But Craig's right that in overtime, you know why?
6-6.
You know what the Chiefs are right now? They're that part in the movie where the hero kind of jumps off a bridge or jumps off a ledge 300 feet into a river, and then the villain looks over and they're like, he's dead. And I'm like, until I see I need to see the body. Like until I see
Austin
the
Powers.
Chiefs dead, they're not dead. I just proclaim them like this era of Kansas City might be over quicker than we think. And I still need to see them actually lose a goddamn game and be eliminated before the conference championship round.
I agree. I think their offense is still really good, to be honest. And they've just lost a lot of close games, which is something that didn't happen last year. The pendulum has swung in weird ways where last year was all or nothing. And last year was all and this year was nothing in terms of what they're doing in close score games. And I think that can easily flip. They've had an incredibly difficult schedule. I still think Mahomes looks good. Their offense is healthy. And so I'm kind of like, yeah, I'll just take Mahomes in overtime.
I know.
Part of me just already regrets not taking Mahomes myself over the Bills. Also, because
I'm proud of us. I'm actually proud of us for not taking Mahomes first.
I think it's
growth.
underrated that Rashee Rice coming back, I think has improved Travis Kelce, because Travis Kelce being again, I know it's overrated, but Xavier Worthy's a first-round pick, even if it's just speed and he's not that fast in real life. And then Marquise Brown was a former first-round pick. Neither guy is as explosive as they once were. Marquise Brown's not as explosive as he once was, but Kelce's settling into, like, in a weird way, a true tight end, even though he's not, but where he can kind of be the third option and just settling into zones, has also really helped their offense in addition to Rashee Rice. Kelce slotting down and how much he has to do has, I think, made him better.
Some of the variables that I was thinking about when I was making this list, and I think you could like interchange these, but coach and quarterback, I think, are the biggest things. Obviously, maybe it's quarterback and then coach. Identity, defense, and a team with a trump card. And I'm like, the Chiefs, I guess their trump card is Mahomes, but like obviously Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes. The identity of them, I guess, is that I don't know what their identity is. Maybe that's like a negative on them, and that's why they're 6-6. But their defense, I think, can step up when they need to. And then the trump card, maybe this is double counting, but like Mahomes just being fucking unkillable in late game stuff is another one of them. So like the trump card, I was thinking the Eagles come to mind with like the tush push, like just something that other teams don't have.
All right, Craig, so you get to pick again. Who are you taking here?
I can't believe I'm doing this. No, I can't.
Do it. Come on, do it, you coward.
Why are you so scared?
I kind of want to take Dallas.
Dallas. Wow. Okay.
To be honest with you, I'm looking at other quarterbacks. I'm looking at Jordan Love and Bo Nix and CJ Stroud and Sam Darnold and Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I'm between the Cowboys and the Patriots. And I was like, well, if these two teams are playing in overtime in the playoffs, who do I think is going to win the game? And Dallas is incredibly impressive offensively.
What if they have to run a play where they do a quarterback draw and try and run to get better field position and then run the clock out? What happens then?
That was a different era, DK.
I actually do think it was a different era. I think Brian Schottenheimer's done a great job, and Jason Garrett was a terrible coach, and Mike McCarthy was.
That was McCarthy, though. Yeah. But
I know. But they had 10 years of Jason Garrett, and then Mike McCarthy had the era where the playoff losses under McCarthy were comical. The Zeke Elliott the Zeke Elliott at center, and then it didn't work immediately, and then there was the 19 seconds they couldn't spike the ball, which now you watch the NFL give it a week, it looks insane. And then they got the Packers spanked them just like a couple years ago, that was last year. I think Schottenheimer has not only changed the offense, I think they're way, way, way more buttoned up in all those areas.
This might come back to bite me, and this might be just crazy recency bias because they just beat the Eagles and the Chiefs, but I think they have like the number one offense in the NFL. I think they can run the ball. They have two elite, probably top 5 receivers in the league.
That's the trump card.
The defense has been a lot better, and I think Dak is playing like a top 5 quarterback in the league. I'm kind of like, if it's overtime, I think they will score a touchdown, and I think they can against anyone. It's just, can the defense hold up?
It's been a lot better lately.
Yes, it has been a lot better the last month. So I kind of think right now, I kind of trust Dallas in the playoffs, which is crazy because Dak Prescott has one playoff win in his career.
When you were asking us before the show if this is at home or away, were you worried about where the sun is?
Well, it's overtime, so it's probably a night game.
Yeah.
Sun's probably down.
Mm.
I mean, they know where the sun's going to be almost a year in advance. Okay, so Craig, you're taking Dallas, so it's my pick again?
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be controversial too.
Is it?
Although part of me thinks if I don't take this team, they'll come back to me.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to see how this all goes.
Drafting is tricky in that way.
Can
you know what?
Wait another round?
I don't think you guys are going to take them. I'll take the Packers.
Yeah.
Which is also weird. I think this is what the reason we're doing the show is that the middle is a little squishy. And like, that's the whole thing right now is you don't know who to trust. But I just think Jordan Love, I trust him way more than I thought. I think he's made way better decisions in the last few weeks. And that was the weakness for the Green Bay Packers was Jordan Love's decision-making. And now that he's just kind of making the correct decisions, I think the Packers are going to be a little bit of a wagon because they can run the ball. Getting Jaden Reed back, Christian Watson being full. Like, I know Tucker Kraft's out for the season, but like the flip side is also Micah Parsons has learned how to end a game, which is the most valuable thing, the last level of being a pass rusher. Like Von Miller, like it's one thing to be good enough to kind of win a rep whenever you want, but being able to set up your punches for the knockout in the 9th round, like being able to set it up for the final drive, like Thanksgiving, Micah Parsons just ended the game. And he had 5 tackles on 3rd or 4th down that ended drives on Thanksgiving. Like Micah Parsons he's incredible. I just kind of think the Packers going to overtime, they're going to win a game.
I had them second. I was almost going to get my 1st and 2nd picks here.
You had them second in the entire NFL.
Yeah. I just think they're really balanced.
No, you don't. You don't think they're second. What are you talking about? You're telling me it's Bills Packers in the Super Bowl in overtime, and your gut tells you that Jordan Love is going to win? Or it's Chiefs Packers, and you think the Packers would beat the Chiefs in overtime?
Maybe. That's how I wrote it down. Okay. Now you're starting to fucking talk me out of it. But yeah.
The more I look back on this, the more I'm like in the spirit of the exercise. I'm like, oh, the Chiefs should have been first.
Mahomes should have just gone first. This is a stupid exercise. But I think, again, this is a little bit of recency bias. But when I think of the Packers, I'm like, okay, Jordan Love, he can be really clutch. I think LaFleur is a good coach. They have a really talent-packed defense, and their trump card is they can rush the passer. Like Micah Parsons they're sort of like, if nothing else is working, we got Micah Parsons. And so that's kind of why I think just from a complete, they can beat you in multiple different ways point of view. I obviously, like when I think of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, I'm like, okay, never mind. But
he's on the higher, the Packers are on the higher end of that second tier of team. I think the only problem is his Love hasn't been particularly good in the playoffs. He's 1-2 lifetime, 5 TDs, 5 picks.
I mean, I would quibble with that. Jordan Love,
He had the great game against the Packers. Against the Niners.
He obliterated the Packers, and he played really well against the Niners.
He obliterated the Cowboys.
Oh, sorry, he obliterated the Cowboys. Sorry, Packers. He obliterated. Yeah, I'm confused. He obliterated the Cowboys. It was like 48 points or something in the playoffs.
Yeah. I don't know. Dallas. But yes. It's just, like you said, Heifetz, Love can look like the best quarterback in the league on a particular drive and then look like the worst on another.
Play to play. But I think maybe I'll eat my words. I think he's when the dumb plays are being eliminated, and it's a mix of him not needing to throw every throw off platform.
Yeah, this is a good pick. I agree. This is probably right around where they should go.
So you have 2 picks again here. So DK, you picked the Rams. Again, this is
it's
to
my pick
win.
Now, yeah.
You're going to overtime in the playoffs. Who do we trust to win? DK has the Rams. I have the Bills and Packers. Craig has the Chiefs and Dallas. DK, you have 2 picks right now.
Christ, this is like not an easy spot to be in because I feel like where we are now, there's a lot of blemishes on all these teams and reasons to not pick them. Let's see. I guess I'm going to go with the Patriots here for multiple reasons. I think Drake May is playing out of his mind right now. And that to me is he is almost like you don't want to speak too soon because the Patriots have not had a very strong schedule. Like the players they're going against is like, that is a huge caveat to the season. But Drake May is turning into everything we thought his ceiling could be. And I just want to, we have to say that he's turning out to be better than I think almost anyone thought. Maybe Nate Tice thought he was going to be better than this. That's about the only guy. And so I'm going with Vrabel and May as sort of like, these are the 2 things I'm leaning on here. I don't feel awesome about it because I think the Patriots haven't really been tested all that much this year. And I don't think the receiving core is like coming together yet. Although I think Kyle Williams is coming on a little bit, and Kayshon Boutte has been better than expected, but Stephon Diggs, and they just kind of rotate their guys. So I think that would be like what it worries me. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, if you give the ball to Travion Henderson, he's just going to take it to the house.
I think there's a couple things that you hit on earlier that make sense for New England, which is coach and quarterback. They are among the best right now. I even think you toss an offensive coordinator, somebody like McDaniels, who's super experienced.
He's been there.
Had 1 million playoff games. He clearly has chemistry, play calling wise, with Drake May. It's funny, the Patriots being, how have they won 9 in a row? Like
10
in a row. They're kind of like the March Madness team that is young, is in kind of a weird, they're in like the WAC or the MAC or something like that.
Gonzaga.
Yeah, and they've won like 20 straight, but they haven't played anybody. They're like 30-3.
And they have Jalen, and he's like Jalen Suggs. Drake May's like Jalen Suggs, where you're like, he's actually really good, but also, are they really 30-1 or whatever?
Yeah, you're like, they haven't played anybody. They play like St. Mary's is the hardest game every year for them. But then they get into the tournament, and everyone's like, well, they haven't played anybody strength of schedule.
If you look at them,
and then they just win because they have chemistry. Yeah. They've been winning every game. And at a certain point, winning that much, learning how to win is sticky and carries through.
I still think Mike Vrabel is among the better week-to-week game planning coaches in the entire NFL, if not the single best one. And Josh McDaniels, I think you could argue the Patriots are the best coaching staff in the league between Vrabel and Josh McDaniels. And then also,
that's wild considering where they were 1 year ago.
Yeah. I know. And Josh McDaniels, I think Josh McDaniels is the epitome of, he's probably the worst head coach in NFL history, given the flame out with the Broncos, taking the Colts job and then quitting before he started, but after he'd hired coaches who had quit their jobs and then not going, and then doing the Raiders thing and then celebrating when he got fired. He's probably like the worst coach you could have hired statistically in the NFL. But then he's like maybe one of the best coordinators ever. Like, I know we had Tom Brady, but if you kind of look, you're like, all right, even Tom Brady can't do shit alone. Like, he fucking went 16-0 with Brady. He set every record. Like, now he's got Drake May, like the coach. And also Mike Vrabel outcoached Bill Belichick in the playoffs. Mike Vrabel kind of ended the Belichick-Brady dynasty, like in the playoffs. Like so I don't mind this pick at all. So DK, you have 2 picks though. Who's your second pick here?
This one's brutal. This one is absolutely brutal.
We thought this would be fun, and it's actually excruciating.
I'll go full homer here and pick the Seahawks. I know that Darnold is a fucking God, who knows what the hell's going to happen with this guy. But I really trust McDonald. I really trust the defense. Their special teams have been great. And, obviously JSN has been one of the best players in the NFL, full stop, this year. I think the Darnold thing scares the living hell out of me. I'll be honest. But especially going into overtime, and you're like, oh, it's second and 9. That is the only reason I didn't pick them way earlier, because I think their defense is elite. They have a ton of depth. They can rush the passer. They really confuse the hell out of opposing quarterbacks. They can stop the run. They have playmakers at every level.
Special teams is really good.
Yeah, their special teams has been really good. Kicker. So there's a lot of good things in terms of playoff football there, but obviously the Darnold thing could go anywhere.
But Darnold can also rip it, man.
I mean, that's the thing, is he can also rip a 50-yard pass and drop it in a bucket downfield. And you know what? Kubiak has been pretty damn good too as an offensive play caller. So, this one is terrifying, but I'm going with the Seahawks.
But the argument also is defense wins championships, and the Seahawks have
the best defense
in the NFL.
Probably. Yeah.
I don't mind this at all.
Okay.
I have the Seahawks.
I thought you guys were going to give me shit about this, but
I would have given you shit if you did not take the Seahawks, actually.
So you have Rams, Patriots, and Seahawks. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Seattle, I think, is the trickiest team.
Yes.
I think Chicago's close too, but to just project what is possible in the playoffs with this team.
Yes.
You could argue
100%.
I mean, defensively, they're a top 5 unit in the league. They have maybe the best receiver in the league. And when Darnold is right, looks like he can make any throw just like any quarterback can. I just can't get the last year's playoffs out of my head, and I don't think anybody can.
But the Seahawks are the number one team in weighted DVOA.
Yeah, I mean, The question is can they run the ball in the playoffs?
Yeah.
And will you be able to trust Darnold when they're down 10 in the third?
Right. See that? Yeah. That's the thing.
Because he's cooking when the defense gets a pick 6,
but this is
and
overtime.
Then he's loose. Yeah,
this is overtime. It's tied. They're not down 10, Craig.
There's a couple teams.
Well, they could be down 7.
It's true. Shit. No, they're not going to be down 7.
But they probably won't be
fucks.
with the defense. That's fair.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a very fair point.
That is a good argument. Just need a field goal, which Darnold can do. Yeah, maybe just take him higher.
All right, Heifetz. I feel like I haven't gone in 20 minutes. Go ahead.
This is why Craig didn't want to do snake.
I'm taking the Denver Broncos.
Ooh.
Okay.
I had him. That's where I had him. I'm
taking Denver, man. Denver, the defense, there's no question. They're top 5 in weighted DVOA versus the run.
Unless they're playing Marcus Mariota. Then
unless they're playing Mariota. Game of his life, that fucking guy. That was unbelievable. But overall, the defense, I think the truth is the Broncos are a little bit of a horseshoe team. Like the horseshoe up their ass. It started with Baker, but I have been as critical of Bo Nix as anyone. But Bo Nix has won these situations and been clutch the entire year.
He's been pretty good late in games, yeah.
Mariota played well, but Bo Nix went down and they just went down and scored a touchdown in overtime immediately on Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs game, Bo Nix just went down. They just went back and forth with Mahomes the whole fourth quarter, and then he iced the game for the field goal. Like, that was 2 very impressive drives at the end of the Chiefs game. The Texans, like, little ugly looking at the time, but the Texans defense is amazing. Like, I think Bo Nix fared all right if you grade on a curve versus Houston. I know that game, wasn't exactly how they wanted it to go, but also there was this other game. I'm trying to remember who was against that the Broncos scored. How many points?
Tebow in
33? What was it? How many?
No, that could be too many. There's no way it would have been that many.
That doesn't feel possible. That feels like an NBA game.
Point is, I know that would be crazy. It'd be a lot for the NBA, but Bo Nix just has been good all year in the fourth quarter, man. The Broncos defense is amazing. Let's get a contract extension to kicker. Like, they kind of have this. Kicking is part of this too. The special teams. Like, I just think the Broncos. If Bo Nix is the weakest part of the equation, I think the Broncos are. I kind of trust them.
I don't hate it.
You laughed at that. You laughed at that, Craig.
No, I don't hate it. This is exactly where I had them. I would have probably taken them next if you didn't take them. Is this the team that you were worried about that you said you want to save for later? Was that Denver?
Yeah, I was thinking about them, and I was like, the Packers are better, but I was like, there's no way DK's taking the Broncos.
I mean, look, the Broncos this year have
fair play.
The Broncos have beaten the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the Texans. At a certain point, you have to kind of tip your hat.
Oh.
And with that perfect timing, Craig,
you're finally back on the clock.
If we're going to post this online, our picks, I think I'm just going to get absolutely murdered for all these teams, but I don't really care. I'm just flying high. I'm taking the Texans.
No, I like that one.
I don't mind it.
Craig, year, you don't have to be embarrassed by this.
Well, the next one I'm going to be embarrassed by. I'm taking the Texans, who this year have beaten the Bills. They've beaten the Colts, the Jags, and the Niners. I think they have the best defense in the league. They're giving up a season low 16 points per game. They're giving up a season low 265 total yards per game. As much as I don't like Stroud and the way he's been playing this year, I do think there is something about Stroud in the playoffs that I kind of like.
Yeah.
I think he kind of plays up and down to his opponent. He's 2-2 in the playoffs. His first playoff game ever was against a really good Cleveland defense, and they scored like 45 in that game and kicked the shit out of them. I like their receivers. I feel like if this is overtime and they have the ball, and I'm like, big Nico Collins, Jaden Higgins, like I kind of like his options to throw the ball.
Yeah, I had them pretty high. I'm not going to say how high because you guys will make fun of me, but I had them pretty high.
All right, tell me.
6.
We're all embarrassed to admit it. These are the top. I mean, the first 9 picks. These are the first 9 teams I had. Defense wins championships is a saying for a reason.
I had the Texans 6.
I don't blame you because it's weird. I agree with what you're saying, Craig, where the receiving core has come on enough that I don't think the Texans offense is so pathetic. I don't love that they can't really run the ball that well, but overall things seem like they're improving. Maybe it's the level of competition they've been playing, but it's funny. The 2 best defenses I feel like are probably the Texans and the Seahawks, and you can maybe Broncos or Browns are up there too. But what's funny is DK, the Seahawks defense is amazing because of all the disguises they do and everything. It's not just the players are so good, but they are complicating everything. Nothing is as it seems. The Texans just line up and play like it's the Seahawks did a decade ago with the leadership boom. The Texans literally just out hustle, out execute, out physical,
out tackle.
Their 4 defensive linemen will beat your 5. The coverages aren't that crazy. They're just like flying to the ball. They're so aggressive. They're so aggressive against the run. They're so aggressive against the pass. And they're just like Derek Stingley. They're the best cornerback and the best edge rusher duo. They just fucking rock you.
I mean, the Texans were not very good last year, and they snuck into the playoffs, and they beat the Chargers by 20, and they lost to the Chiefs. And they were winning in the fourth quarter last year against the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Of all these teams, I think it's fair to say you're most confident that the Texans and Seahawks get a stop in overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, put it in the hands of your.
Are you guys putting more emphasis here on defense or offense?
It depends on the team. I think if you're an elite defense, that matters a ton to me. That's why the Seahawks, you could argue, I think Darnold's more likely to turn it over than Stroud. And to me, I also think I'm the other one thinking kickers. Kaimi Fairbairn can make a 67-yard field goal. I'm confident.
Yeah.
And the Texans kicker.
Yeah. I almost picked the Texans instead of the Seahawks, but I went with the homer route.
Well, they're also going to get a stop, and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Darnold doesn't have to get all the way down the field. Darnold needs to get 30 yards in this scenario. That's the thing with the defense. It's true. Okay, so I
get another pick.
Yeah, you get another pick here, Craig. Well, you think.
Okay.
The order so far, we have Rams, Bill. These are teams we trust to win a playoff game. Rams, Bills, Chiefs, Cowboys, Packers, Patriots, Seahawks, Broncos, Texans. This is the 10th team, Craig.
There's a glaring omission, I feel like, so far.
You think it's Philly?
Well,
arguably.
No.
I'm going to... You think... I don't agree that there's one glaring omission.
I know what he's saying, but I'm curious.
Maybe it's not glaring. It's
definitely I think I'm going to take Chicago.
Oh.
Wow.
Interesting. You like Ben Johnson the most, I guess.
I do. I don't know what it is. It's kind of similar to the Patriots where it's just like they just keep winning. And I think there's something to that. I mean, Caleb has there's some crazy stat about the last time a 1 seed has been, the last time the 1 seed's quarterback was had the worst completion percentage in the league was 50 years ago or something like that. I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm just kind of weirdly buying into Caleb and Ben Johnson. And I think there's just a little bit of magic there. And I think they're just getting started and yeah, I don't know.
The post-game videos of Ben Johnson in the locker room are rotting.
Taking off his shirt.
I had the Bears nowhere near this side. This is why we do this, because I think you get caught up in the record. And first of all, by DVOA, which is, again, just context adjusted performance, basically, the Bears are the worst 9-3 team in NFL history by DVOA. But then they had a negative. They were outscored by their opponents until the Eagles game last week. But when I picture the overtime thing, the Bears can run the ball. I have no confidence in Caleb Williams in the playoffs. And the decision-making from Caleb is better. But when you grave on a curve that he was horrific last year and took the 4th most sacks ever, I have Ben Johnson's whole thing is good, better, best. Caleb's decision-making's better. It's not good yet. I have no faith in him in the playoffs.
They've beaten the Commanders with Jaden. They beat Dallas. They beat the Eagles. They beat the Steelers. They can run the ball. I like all of their receivers. Their offensive line is good. I trust Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson is the argument. Also, the defense, that you could go either way. They have 25 turnovers. So you could argue, they're hot. It's one of those things that we're virtually certain won't repeat next year. It's why I thought where'd you have them ranked? I had them 16th.
No, what do I have them 10th?
I have them 15th.
That's why I knew I would get killed for this, but it's where my heart is.
I like it. You're anything if not, you're not boring is what I was trying to say there. Yeah, don't worry.
Which brings us to DK?
Yeah, I don't know. I lost track.
Oh, Heifetz.
I think it's back to Heifetz.
Wow. It's so funny. Part of me wants to just talk out. Should I talk this out or should I make a pick?
You got to pick.
It's funny that everyone's got a list until they get punched in the face. Everyone has a list until you're up.
I know.
I have a list. Should I go with the board?
A couple times already.
Should I go with the board?
Who do you want? Say Philadelphia.
I'm thinking about Philadelphia. I'm thinking about it.
I'm about to pull up Shields' Twitter feed here.
I don't, because when they
DK, is this
their offense is fucking horrible.
Is this the glaring omission to you, DK, or no?
No.
Interesting. You think it's the Colts? Baltimore? Who is it?
I'm taking the 49ers.
Just gonna have to wait.
I'm taking the 49ers because I'm thinking about it, and I thought about taking the Eagles, but I'm like, no, I've watched them with my eyes, and I'm not picking them. I'm taking the 49ers,
watched them with
which
my
are
eyes.
Also a flawed team, but the offense is getting going. The defense, I already feel this is this to me is a tier.
You already regret it 10 seconds in.
I do. Fuck. Well, you know why? It's this tier as teams is really flawed because you have the 49ers, who I have a lot of questions about the defense, and Brock Purdy's hurt. The Eagles, who I literally thought about taking right there, but I'm like, the Eagles are so hard to watch on offense.
No.
There's the Lions, who also have all these issues. They're another team's offensive line's a shell of itself. Tampa Bay, where I solely would pick them just for Baker Mayfield, no other reason. The Colts, which we will get into. But no, I'm taking the 49ers because I just think, Shanahan has a lot of playoff success. Shanahan's been to half the NFC Championship games in the last 10 years. Shanahan's been to a third of the Super Bowls the last decade. So I'm going with the Niners.
Didn't they all go to overtime and he lost them all?
You know, that's a good point. That's when you say it like that. Well, they have different rules.
It'll be different. This time it'll be different.
They changed the rules.
I think the Niners are a fine pick, and it's like the only problem is the kicking. I don't trust at all. If you talk about the kicking,
that's super fair. That's super fair. That's a good point that they always lose in overtime.
They always lose in overtime. No, but it's like, look, you trust Shanahan. Purdy has enough experience.
And Saleh is such a good defensive coordinator.
Yeah, the play calling's really good on both sides of the ball.
Lost all these free agents for the 49ers of defense. All the healthy players they kept got hurt. And then he has all these rookies. And like Alfred Collins, defensive tackle, like all the Niners. Saleh is... Sometimes like you guys just consistently take guys and players and just make them so much better as a whole than the sum of the parts. You look at what the Niners have done the last few weeks and versus the actual... I don't know. I think Saleh is doing an amazing job on defense.
I think that's a totally fair pick, to be honest. I had them right after the Bears. Also, on my sheet, I think I deleted my number 12 team, and I hope I don't forget who that is. I need to quickly run through and make sure I'm not leaving anybody out.
All right.
DK, I have a again, right?
No, I'm in the middle.
Yeah,
DK's
back
up
to me.
twice.
So I got too. Okay.
These are your final two picks, DK.
All right. I'm going to start with the Lions. Ultimately,
have them.
Explosive playmakers. They've got a couple of good pass rushers, and I really like their coach. They're really aggressive. Jared Goff, strangely, has been good late in games over the last couple of years. Game-winning drives and fourth quarter comebacks. So, we're getting down into the point of the draft where you can pick apart every pick, but
I got the ick when the Lions tried to bring Frank Ragnow, their center who retired this season.
And he didn't pass his physical.
Yeah, he's I'm going to come out of retirement.
Lions 3 hamstring tear?
Yeah, I didn't know there were 3 grades, but I tore my hamstring this year. But like Lions getting so excited about Ragnow and that he failed the physical was kind of an ick. But the Lions, it's another team where all the things we said about them just kind of were true. The coordinator stuff, Matt. Calvin Shepard's done a great job, I think, the Lions defense. But another thing to remember, when you have 14 players or whatever in injured reserve on defense last year, that's 4, and everyone's like, well, they're healthy. It's like, no, you have 14 players rehabbing from season-ending injuries entering this year. And then half those guys got hurt again. So then you once again have the same problems on defense. But guess what? The offense got hurt this year too. So like Amon-Ra's injured, Sam Laporte is injured. His backup, Brock Wright, is hurt at tight end. The offensive line is not the same and injured. Like it's just, they look... Jared Goff has
Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Like, are we pretending this game is happening tomorrow? Because I want Amon-Ra.
No, fine. Amon-Ra's probably on the team, but everyone else around him is like Sam Laporte. I have no idea if he's going to play.
Right. I think ultimately you're right with all that stuff. I mean, this Lions team is still 4th in DVOA this year. They still have 2 guys who legitimately could take one touch and just house it at any point in time, and Gibbs and Jameson Williams, one of the most reliable slot receivers in Amon-Ra St. Brown. And again, like Goff, among all the quarterbacks left, I actually trust Goff, I think. I mean, we haven't talked about the Ravens, but like I trust Goff more than probably any of the other quarterbacks on the board still. Ooh! Now is where it gets weird.
Now you have to now you have like debilitating things you have to make excuses for. The teams left have crazy problems. And worth noting, many division winners likely left who have debilitating problems.
This one is a lifetime achievement award. I'm going with the Ravens.
I decided I didn't have them ranked. In my heart of hearts, I don't think they can.
This moment, they are completely untrustworthy, but they still have Lamar Jackson.
Heifetz, you didn't have them ranked out of how many teams?
No, that's not true. I have 20 teams. I ranked 10 in each conference. I put the Ravens 18th, or 19th, only ahead of the Panthers. I put the Steelers ahead of the Ravens. Week one, when the Ravens went up like however many points on the Bills and then blew the lead, DK called the Ravens the best team I've ever seen who I don't trust to win a game.
I mean, this is my, 7th pick, 6th pick, 5th pick. I mean, look, there's every single team left on the board has some like absolutely glaring vulnerability.
No, it's fair.
And I'm going back to what I said at the beginning with Josh Allen. If I have one drive to win it all, I want a guy who has superhero powers.
DK, you're walking away with the Rams, the Patriots, the Seahawks, the Ravens, and Lions. Those are pretty good teams.
I mean, we've given up on the Ravens, despite the fact that like this is truly the worst stretch of football that Lamar's ever played. I don't think that's going to continue forever. That's all I'm saying.
Sorry, just getting word. Lamar popped up on the injury report with another ankle injury.
Oh, good.
I mean, that's every fucking week.
And every week he looks like shit.
Fine. Not
my concern.
No, it's every week in his career.
He's
sick. He's sick like 6 times a season.
It's not hand, foot, and ankle disease. He hurt his ankle.
Did he really?
Well, no, I don't know. There's a bunch wrong with him, and they're just listing a different body part every week.
It's been knee, hamstring, ankle, toe.
Okay, so would you trust Daniel Jones?
It's a damn nursery rhyme.
Would you trust Daniel Jones or Jalen Hurts right now over Lamar Jackson?
I don't know. This is fun. I don't know.
Is it bad that I've thought about Daniel Jones?
I'm curious who Craig's going to do on this double tap right now. Oh no, am I up again?
Personally, for me, do not trust Daniel Jones more than Lamar Jackson. The 2-time MVP Lamar Jackson, I trust more than Daniel Jones.
If I'm being honest, like if I'm just in my heart of hearts, my soul of souls, of like maybe there's intellectual arguments or just watching whatever, but like just having watched these teams, going in overtime, I'm going to take the Bucs. I just think Baker Mayfield. Honestly, maybe that's stupid. Maybe that's really
over
dumb.
The Colts, over the Eagles.
You know what? I'll tell you why. Daniel Jones has a broken fucking leg. And I cannot get over that. And they're doing tryouts at kicker. They're doing tryouts at kicker for the Colts today. They're thinking about signing Blake Grupe from the Saints, and Daniel Jones has a broken leg. And like, and they're like, it's a fracture. It's fine. It won't get worse. I can't get that out of my head. He has a broken bone in his leg, and he has to win a game a month from now. I can't take him. That's insane.
It's funny, yeah. The Colts. I mean, obviously, the Colts we've lost a lot of confidence in the Colts over the last few weeks. But I mean, man, they were the wagon. We were talking about them as the wagon.
I think it's
not a month ago.
I'm out, but I'm taking the Bucs. I have no great analysis here. They're beat to shit. They're probably a terrible pick. But honestly, the concern with the Bucs,
Mike Evans might be back soon.
Yes, I was going to say Mike Evans coming. The concern with the Buccaneers is they could never make it to overtime. But once they're in overtime and they drag you down to their level, I actually kind of have a lot of confidence.
Bets are off.
If you make it like the dodgeball final, like 1-on-1, I'm like, I actually think the Bucs will win.
Put the blindfold on Baker Mayfield.
Yes. That's like Peter and dodgeball.
Yeah.
Did Tom already play or no?
No, just bail out. You're good.
The Colts haven't played anybody. The more you look at the Colts schedule, they were a wagon and fun to bet in Ringer 107, but they literally, who have they beaten? They beat the Chargers and they beat the Broncos when they really shouldn't have. That's it. They have no other wins. They lost to Houston, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, and the Rams. They beat the Broncos, the Falcons, the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Dolphins, the Titans. It's just not there.
Third and DV away.
So am I closing this out with the final two?
Yeah. Or one, I guess, technically. I guess you're already taking...
No, I have one,
you have the Chiefs, you have the Cowboys, you have the Texans, you have the Bears.
I fucking dare you to take the Jaguars.
Please.
Should we go one more round?
Radar.
Just do it.
20th.
Don't be a coward.
Let's keep going. Let's do one more round after this.
Okay.
I'm going to take... I have to take the Philadelphia Eagles.
I know.
Who?
I know. It's so funny that they went
the reigning
15.
Super Bowl champions.
I will be taking the Eagles.
The financier?
Who talent-wise still might be the best team in the NFL. I don't know.
This is the dumbest pick of the entire fucking thing. They should have been taking about 7 picks earlier.
I should have took them instead of the Bucs, probably.
Yeah,
if you just freaking Ravens over the Eagles, I'm an idiot.
If you just swap where I took the Bears with where I took the Eagles, it's perfectly fine draft.
That's like if the Lions took Jahmyr Gibbs and then Brian Branch, and they probably should have swapped them.
Yeah.
Looked pretty good, though.
I mean, the Eagles could totally probably like lose the next 3 games and lose the NFC East to the Cowboys, and yet I do feel like, I don't know, in overtime, their defense and all their skill position players, I think they could put together a game-winning drive.
They also have the tush push.
The other part of this we didn't weigh in on is that the problem with picking, like letting the Eagles fall because we think their offense is bad, is that Jalen Hurts is more or less his entire life is just only being good when the game's on the line. Yeah. True. I mean, I know that's not really true.
The best game I've ever seen him play was that Super Bowl we all went to together. The first Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl. He was incredible.
Their offensive coordinator's house got egged this week.
Did it?
Yes, it did.
Did you hear about this, Craig?
Petullo's house got egged.
Got egged.
But that's a great example.
Our houses are about to get egged for picking them this low.
I mean, obviously,
not me.
Probably shouldn't. 31 other cities. 31 other teams. I feel like that's crazy. Philly. Wow, I wasn't surprised Philly did that at all. Isn't that a perfect example of the Eagles, though? Do you think the head coach? Do you think a coach of the reigning champion of any sport, I guess maybe not soccer, the coach of a reigning champion was ever had their house egged by fans? Only in Philadelphia could a fan base be so angry about the defending champions.
Maybe Petullo's just kind of playing possum, and then once he gets to the playoffs, he's going to start running some crazy motions. AJ Brown's going to be all over the field.
I still think this is the
ultimate. This is the ultimate recency bias pick in terms of how low they've gone. I mean, the Bears just rushed for almost 300 yards on them. But like go into overtime and the other team can just run the ball down your throat. Like
this is. I want to. I know Tom played. I want to linger on the Eagles for a second because it's worth talking about. In part because Petullo's house got egged, which don't egg people. Like that's crazy. But it speaks to like. One, how depraved and why I say Philadelphia's a
They should have
place.
only egged the outer rim of the house because Hertz never throws over the middle of the field.
Yeah, that would have been good. They probably just hit all the... Yeah, exactly. Don't hit the windows in the middle.
Yeah, and they just egg the flat.
Can I... But real quick, because I mentioned Shields' Twitter account the other day, a few minutes ago. This is from the other day, from Shield. After today's performance, the Eagles offense ranks 28th in success rate. They are producing a positive play at a lower rate than offenses like the Saints and the Jets. It's the worst offensive success rate for an Eagles team through this point in the season in the last 20 years.
I have no faith in them offensively. They are terrible.
But here's the thing, though. And this is worth talking about because Eagles fans blame Kevin Petullo. I think this is exactly the same to me as when the Steelers fans all hated Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator. And Seth Meyers went on Bill's show and had the theory that if people know your coordinator's name, that's bad.
If non-fans know the coordinator, it's bad.
It's not good that everyone in America who follows football now is learning about Kevin Petullo's name. It's never good. But here, it's like Matt Canada with the Steelers, where Matt Canada somehow with PR gets branded as like a rogue who's just running this fiefdom on offense. Mike Tomlin's his fucking boss with the Steelers. Like, this is Tomlin's fault. Like, he reports to Mike Tomlin.
Who did this?
He just, and it's like with the Eagles, it's the same. This is the same story as always. Kevin Petullo was picked by Sirianni. Kevin Petullo is Sirianni's guy. It's his offense. It's not like Sirianni is begging Kevin Petullo to do different shit and Petullo won't. It's Sirianni's direction. The story of the modern Eagle, this is so important, it gets lost. When Sirianni when he got hired, they paired him with Shane Steichen. The front office, like he's like a baseball manager. Sirianni, baseball managers don't have that control anymore. The front office has set the lineups, they do everything. Baseball managers are there for vibes. That's Sirianni. Howie Roseman pairs him with Shane Steichen. Year one's good. Year two, they go to the Super Bowl. And it goes great. Shane Steichen leaves. The front office pairs him again with Kellen Moore. That goes really well. Kellen Moore leaves. Sirianni wins the Super Bowl. They don't replace Kellen Moore. That in-between season, the offensive coordinator is Brian Johnson. Fucking Sirianni got to pick the offensive coordinator. And it was a disaster after Shane Steichen left. They went to Tampa Bay, who had already beaten them in the playoffs like a couple years earlier. And they had no blitz checks, no hot routes, they were unprepared for blitzes from Tampa Bay because of Sirianni's hand-picked coordinator. And he also picked Matt Patricia to run the defense in the middle of the season. It was insane. So they're like, this is why we didn't let Sirianni hire anyone. And they brought in two new coordinators. Howie Roseman and the GM in the front office brought in Vic Fangio on defense and Kellen Moore on offense. Then they went and won the Super Bowl because they weren't running with Sirianni. The two Super Bowl seasons were the coordinators Sirianni didn't get to pick. Yeah. Then he won the Super Bowl, so Sirianni gets to pick the coordinator. He picks his guy, Kevin Petullo, and it looks like this. It's every other year they switch back because when Sirianni gets the juice of a Super Bowl run, it picks someone, he picks everyone fucking wrong. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I think they should go 15th because they're not the Eagles we saw last year. They're the Eagles that flamed the fuck out the year before.
Wow. All right.
With that said, I see AJ Brown open over the middle of the field like 6 times a game and Jalen Hurts just isn't throwing to him. I do think Hurts has regressed as well.
And I know that was, my answer to the long rant is, and I know that was a long rant, but what I'm trying to say is Eagles fans get so defensive. It has to be, like, if you blame the coaching staff, it's Sirianni's fault. And if you don't want it to be Hurts' fault, it has to be the coaching staff's fault. And it's like, Eagles fans want to defend Sirianni and Hurts. And it's like, I think it's like 50-50. Hurts has so many limitations. People don't know. It's hard to know what to do with him. And the Eagles staff Sirianni doesn't know how to do with him. It was only 2 years ago. Last offseason, there was the report that Sirianni and Hurts couldn't be in the same room together. It was going so poorly before they won the Super Bowl.
Sirianni's got to be the funniest
room together alone
of all time.
Anyway.
Is it Sirianni or is it Hurts, though? I don't know.
Both. That is the question.
Hurts is incredibly limited, but he has a skill set that when you decorate it, Steichen and Kellen Moore were able to cook with the ingredients that Hurts brings. Hurts wants to do, there are certain things Jalen Hurts wants to do. Sirianni doesn't know how to do those fucking things. The pairing of them just alone doesn't, it's like a friend that like, you don't know how to talk to them just one-on-one and the third person actually helps the flow. It's kind of, you know?
Right.
That's why stuck Craig with us in the beginning. DK and I in the beginning, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
Doesn't it feel like the vibes rah-rah locker room coach is starting to die out in the NFL and that you kind of just need somebody who can keep up with the times and is advanced enough to call plays on both sides of the ball? Like in the modern game, it feels like the Tomlins, even with Sirianni, it's like Sirianni, you kind of just need a guru now because the game has gotten so advanced. And now you can't have a Petula who just like lines up and runs straight, shitty, boring offensive plays. And same with the Steelers defense.
Yeah.
You can't have a defensive coordinator now who's just like, we're just going to line up and play it. And you can read our defense now. Things are too complicated. Things are too advanced. Like I wonder if like the locker room guy, the Pete Carrolls are dying out.
It's a mix of the game didn't change. It got more fierce. And so on one hand, it's all harder and it's harder to teach. Like the act of teaching players is harder and you have less time to do it. So the technique based things, and we're going to win on technique and fundamentals. That worked when you had 2-a-days 30 years ago and you could get these guys practicing whenever you wanted. Now you have the CBA and limiting practice and you want to win on technique and fundamentals and you can't coach nearly as long as you can. And you got to teach them in a completely different way. Anyway,
yeah.
So, I don't know where so
who just
I took the Eagles.
Took the Eagles. We want to go one more round here?
Do you get to go again now, Craig?
Well, if we're doing one more round, yes, I get to complete my snake and then we'll end on Danny Kelly.
Okay.
This, you guys are all, I'm also going to get absolutely destroyed for this. Don't care.
Steelers.
Nope.
Oh.
I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
I didn't even think about ranking them. I thought that's so funny.
I kind of made the assumption that you have to be able to make the playoffs.
They can, technically.
Oh, okay.
That is true. I overlooked that. I overlooked that part of it.
Burrow is phenomenal in the playoffs. He's phenomenal when he plays, and he's even better in the playoffs. He's 5-2 in the playoffs. He somehow has only one less playoff win than Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow. They have Evan McPherson, great kicker. I know the defense sucks. I know it does. But if it's in overtime and I have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Joe Burrow, I'm probably going to feel better about that team than 20 of the other teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I have no qualms. I kind of also wasn't sure they were in this, but I agree.
I know this kind of annoys me that you thought of this.
I had them higher on this list actually.
It's a good snipe.
Okay. Yeah, dude, Burrow's been fucking lights out. It's crazy that he only has one less playoff win than Jalen Hurts. How is that possible?
All right.
At this point, it's funny. I really think the best quarterback left by far is the Chargers.
I know.
And Justin Herbert.
God,
and
no Colts. Still no Colts.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not taking the Chargers because at the end of the day, I don't trust the Chargers to win a playoff game. The Chargers, I do believe in it. Like they have offended some kind of higher power, the organization, and I won't be on their side. I will be with the Colts. And Daniel Jones has a broken leg, but at this point, I will take the Colts.
I mean, fucking Herbert has a broken hand.
That is the other thing is like what's going to happen with Herbert's hand. But I don't know. The Colts, another team. A lot of these teams have kicker problems, which I think is going to come up as we get to the playoffs. But I don't like the Sauce Gardner thing. I would have taken the Colts higher. Mekhi Blackman, the cornerback I think he's playing poorly enough. The Colts were like, I don't know if we can win the Super Bowl if Mekhi Blackman's starting at cornerback, and then you go get Sauce Gardner for 2 firsts, and then Sauce Gardner's hurt, and I feel like Mekhi Blackman's going to give up a touchdown in the playoffs at cornerback, and then Daniel Jones again if the broken leg gets worse. But I do think they're the 15th team I would trust for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any like out of left field picks that we could make here.
I'm
You
not
basically-
I don't know who
If
you're taking,
Jaden
DK.
Daniels is healthy, are we discussing Washington? Their offense.
He's not
their
healthy.
defense stinks. But
He's not even activated from injured reserve yet. Has
TK,
he?
you basically have
maybe.
you basically have the Chargers, the Steelers, and the Jags to pick from.
I'm taking the Chargers. I don't trust.
Fucking disrespect.
I don't
to
trust the
Aaron Rodgers.
Steelers.
Come on.
Aaron Rodgers is old as dirt.
To be honest with you, I actually think if it's just overtime and it's one Aaron Rodgers possession and one possession with TJ Watt on the other side of the ball, I actually feel better about them than across an entire game.
Even though the other idea for this episode was drafting fractures in Aaron Rodgers' wrist, because there's 3.
Well, you just took a guy whose fibula's cracked as well.
There's only one crack, though.
In his fucking leg.
Well, they said it can't get worse. The Rodgers one could,
Rodgers is funny because Craig, you're right. Like, he can still hit high level throws. He just hardly ever does that. If we had to pick someone, if I had to pick a team that was like, we're on the 50-yard line and we need one play to win the game, like Rodgers might be the first pick.
Well,
but
here's what I'll say about Pittsburgh. They have, I think, the best kicker in the NFL, or if not, or the second.
Yeah,
Chris Boswell.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Their defense can generate turnovers. They have guys like Jalen Ramsey, TJ Watt, who can make big plays in crunch time moments, and we've seen it year after year from those two. And Rodgers, to his credit, when he needs to, in a 2-minute drill, still looks good.
The Steelers have a brand of being like a fundamentals defense, or fundamentals team, but they're actually just all explosive plays in a way. It's like they actually need, on defense, I mean, they're not bend but don't break. They don't really have great defense.
No, they take
just
shots.
get turnovers and sacks, and like that's it, man. Like if they don't get a TJ Watt strip sack, there is no stop. If they don't get a Jalen Ramsey forced fumble, there is no stop. But that works in overtime.
I'm upset I didn't take the Steelers.
I think the Steelers one is you make good points. I still am taking Herbert's flamethrower. I mean, just think about some of the throws he's made on like 3rd and long in the playoffs. And I just want that.
In both of their losses.
Yeah. Well, I still his fault.
And like the Raiders one, it bothers me that the Raiders Week 17 game where the winner makes the playoffs doesn't count as a playoff game. Like that's a playoff game. If you win it, you make the playoffs. Like your season's on the line. That's the whole point. And he made like 4 4th and 9s.
No, that was an incredible game.
But yeah, so overall though,
I mean, look, the freaking, at least the Chargers fans aren't booing Renegade.
So
they don't even have a song.
Here's the order that we draft these things in.
It's a plus in this case.
The song's good. The song gets played in the 3rd quarter anyway. So again, this is teams that we trust to win if they go to overtime in the playoffs. And the order we went with here was the Rams.
Did no one pick the Colts? Oh wait, you did. Okay.
No, Heifetz did.
Okay, thank God.
Rams, Bills, Chiefs, Cowboys, Packers, Patriots, Seahawks, Broncos, Texans, Bears, Niners, Lions, Ravens, Bucks, Eagles, Bengals, Colts, Chargers. DK, what is something you think you learned from doing this?
It's still just all about the quarterback.
Yeah,
it always is.
Totally agree.
It always will be.
It's Heifetz, you saying that the era, or like we're in the in-between stages of the NFL right now, that's true. But because we haven't entered the next era, we're still holding on to the one that we're leaving, which is Josh Allen, which is Mahomes, and which is still Matt Stafford. So I think it's like until we see otherwise, you have to kind of stick with the people who brought you there every year.
I totally agree. And I think that's why this playoffs, right now it's weird because we're like, who's good? But when the playoffs happen, if we see Drake May and Jordan Love or Bo Nix or whoever string together wins in the playoffs.
Yeah, Darnold, Stroud. There's so many different possibilities. Ringer 107, this competition we're doing, goes through the playoffs. It's going to be the hardest playoffs to bet in 10 years.
There's a tremendous opportunity for like the amount the stock, someone can be Nvidia stock in the NFL this year based on a Super Bowl run. You know what I mean? Like what that would do for Jordan Love, what that would do for Darnold, what that would do for Drake May or for even, Bo Nix. Like there's a tremendous vacuum right now.
Who's do you guys like your team? What's the pick you like the most and you like the least?
I almost regretted not taking the Eagles, and then I remember they fucking suck because Nick Sirianni is running the offense. So that was my rant. So I feel fine.
I am excited about having the Patriots for some reason. I just want to hitch my wagon to May.
Who do you regret picking the most?
I think I have the most trepidation about the Seahawks.
I regret taking the Niners over the Lions.
I probably regret taking the Bears.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb. Dude, there's no way you believe in Caleb Williams at the end of the game.
I don't know what it is, but it's not Caleb. I don't know.
Ben Johnson, like the plays will be there. But it's the quarterback. The plays, the running game, I agree, all that. The defense, you're counting on.
I think Caleb's legs, like again, in an overtime situation, like I think Caleb can get you down the field. I really do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The Ringer Fantasy Football Show is brought to you by FanDuel. Thursday Night Football continues to deliver, and FanDuel's keeping the energy up with their $2 million Thursday Night Football jackpot. Place an anytime touchdown score bet using your profit boost, and if your player scores the first or last touchdown of the game, you'll earn a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Head to FanDuel.com/Ringer Fantasy to download the app and get started. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Must be 21 plus and present in select states or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last TD pick. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Okay. Ringer Fantasy Football League update. We actually have a lot of updates here for the Ringer Fantasy Football League. Starting with the standings. DK and I have locked in the top 2 spots. DK beat me this week. I kind of tempted the fantasy gods, but we are we're locked in as the top 2 spots. We're both 10-3. House and Sal have clinched.
Yeah,
the
4
other
people
2
have clinched playoff spots now
out of the 10. So there's 2 spots left. And this is where it gets important.
Our boy Bangkok Craig is at 6-7 right now. He's in 5th place.
I have no shot to make it, unfortunately.
DK forgets. So
shoot, we're doing the points thing.
We're doing
the last thing,
which is my idea, and I'm gonna be hoisted by my own.
Talk about your all-time backfires.
Craig pitched at the last second for this league that the 6 of the 10 playoff spots, the final 2, should not be by record, should be by points for.
I'm not sure if it was at the last second, but if you're adding that on as a flair of dramatics, sure. But I think that was
you said at the final 2.
Yeah,
sometimes
I think that is the right way
one.
to play fantasy. We do it in my home league. I think it ensures that the best 6 teams are in.
Super fair. There was no debate. We're like, okay, that's cool. Like, so the basically the best 4 records make it. Then the most points scored of the 6 remaining teams make it, and those teams make the playoffs. Craig would have clinched the playoffs basically if we had not done that. But now Craig is actually, instead of being in 5th place by record, Craig's in 8th place by points for, and so now Craig, I believe, needs to outscore. Craig would need to outscore Bill or Mallory by like 40 points this week to make the playoffs. So
which is like technically possible, but probably not.
You could outscore Bill by 40.
Yeah, I could, but
that's possible.
It happens sometimes, but
it happens.
I outscored Heifetz by 40 this week. He was in 1st place.
I outscored Bill by 35 literally last week. So
that's the thing. So Bill. Right now, Chris Ryan would get the 5th spot. Bill would get the 6th spot. Mal would get 7. And
Bill sneaking into the playoffs would be hilarious.
Bill sneaking in because of your fucking rules.
You know what? That's better for content if Bill's in the playoffs. So,
with that
said, this one out.
I also tempted the fantasy gods because I was in 1st place and I kind of I absolutely already clinched a 1st round bye, and I would have had to cut a good player off my bench to activate Darren Waller off my IR to put him at tight end. And I was kind of like, fuck it, maybe I'll just beat DK in fantasy this week without a tight end. That'd be funny. And I was like, I don't want to cut any of these players. I'm getting a 1st round bye. Does it really matter if you come in 1st or 2nd place if you get the bye? Does anyone remember who came in 1st in the regular season of your fantasy league? Like, no. Some people remember who won the league. No one remembers who came in 1st. Who cares? Don't cut a good player. And then the game started, and I was like, man, I really wish I had like played all my players this week.
Well, now you might get the 2 seed.
I know. And so it wouldn't have mattered, but I just think I tempted the fantasy gods. It's hubris. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
So I'm a little worried about that.
Flew too close to the sun on that one, Heifetz.
Everyone I was thinking about cutting scored 20 points. So I know why I did it. But regardless, I'm a little worried. So I might not come in 1st. But that's the big Ringer Fantasy League update. But now we have to go to Fantasy Court.
Definitely don't tell anyone about this thing that you're doing.
I don't really want to be handcuffed.
The definition of an object is a material thing that can be seen and touched.
The video is just really makes that hit.
So this fantasy court is from Danny.
Is this you?
No.
I'm not doing a debone.
Okay. Well, Danny writes, I I'm the commissioner of my work league. 10 teams, 6 teams out of 10 make the playoffs. Top 4 by record, next 2 by points scored. And we have a really elaborate punishment system where everyone before the season drafted a bespoke punishment for what your punishment would do if you came in last place. So instead of everyone agreeing on the same thing, everyone self-selected a punishment themselves, and they could draft it in the middle of the draft whenever they wanted. And so this was for last place. And I have been playing fantasy quite a long time. I've played fantasy a lot. I'm in like 10 leagues. And in literally every single league I'm in, the punishment is who comes in last in the toilet bowl. So all the non-playoff teams are filtered into a tournament, and the loser of the tournament's last place.
Yeah.
And only recently have I learned a lot of people just kind of say the losers, whoever came in last place by standings. And I really, really, really need to figure out what last place actually means for this giant work league we're doing. And so I just kind of wanted Craig and DK's, unbiased thoughts on what last place is in the league that I'm in.
This email's from who?
Danny.
What did Danny have for breakfast? Did they say?
Danny skipped breakfast and then had a rice and salmon lunch around 11:30.
Okay. I would check to see if you decided that or before the season began what the losers bracket situation would be, because I believe that it is likely that you decided that there was a toilet bowl.
I think toilet bowl, right? Like someone asked me this. This all happened. Sal was making fun of me. He was like, it's regular place standings. And I'm like, no, it's not. Why would you incentivize everyone? Okay, I'm not crazy, right? Sal made fun of me. It's not standings. Why would you tell people, after week 14, don't check the league anymore? The whole point is You have to do the final few weeks.
Yeah, I believe strongly that you should create a toilet bowl type of format.
The losers bracket is
all the way
way more fun.
Yeah.
I thought I was a little worried you guys were going to disagree. I'm like,
I thought it should just be whoever's in last at the end of week 14.
That's what he was saying.
No.
Losers bracket is way more dramatic. It's way more fun. It incentivizes people at the bottom of the league to still try and focus on
Especially
waivers.
If hypothetically this league was created for making content.
With that said, I'm wondering about one tweak. Instead of the toilet bowl, which I think is just a week 15, they face each other and then a 2-week thing. Should it just be the bottom 4 teams, just the cumulative score of the playoff, like week 15,
the
16,
toilet
17?
bowl rumble.
Yeah, whoever scores the fewest of those 3 teams gets last. That would be a tweak.
Of the 4, you mean?
Yeah, so the teams that don't make the playoffs, whoever scores the least points of all of them over a 3-week period, kind of inarguably you're last.
Yeah, we could do that, or head-to-head matchup. The head-to-head matchup is kind of funny because then you have a championship toilet bowl matchup, and it's like, who's gonna, you can tease that out a little bit more.
Okay,
it's like Sean versus me. Isn't Sean's punishment that he has to wear a headband?
Oh, with that said, let me go through the punishments again. Yeah, we're sticking with the toilet bowl. I was worried that you guys would disagree because I was getting gassed.
I love the toilet bowl. I do it in all my leagues.
Okay, good. Better. We're sticking with that. We're sticking with what's in the league. So anyway,
so this was Sal complaining.
I feel like we said that before the year anyway.
We did. Yeah. We could go back and find a text where we said the toilet bowls happened.
Okay, good. We're sticking with what we agreed on before the season. So with that said, the punishments, the reminders, things we don't have to do. DK had to do eyebrow slits like Vanilla Ice, but has clinched the playoffs.
Hell yeah.
Because I was hosting the YouTube live thing, drafted a player who...
Why are we reading? Just read the bottom...
first place.
Read the bottom 6, the people who aren't clinched.
So Bill, if he comes in last place, will have to wear a jersey of the winner's choosing on a podcast for the entire time, which is dangerous. Mallory, if she comes in last, will have to call a person of each team's choosing on their birthday in 2026.
I mean, that's just sweet. That's just nice.
So I could be like, hey, you have to call my mom on her birthday, and Mallory would have to call her. Craig.
Oh my God. If Mallory had to call Skippy, that'd be the best.
I'm just going to have Mal have to call like my doctor's office, schedule me an appointment. Something I don't want to do.
That's really funny.
Yeah, that
actually
really
is way better. You have to do errand. One phone related errand for
Mal is your AI agent.
That's actually
call
so much
and make
better.
an appointment.
She's my temporary clanker. Yeah.
Craig drafted no coffee for a week. DK, I think executive privilege. We are tweaking this to no matcha for a week.
Oh,
no matcha.
I'll switch to coffee. I'll switch to coffee.
You've always done no coffee for a week.
Yeah, that's why it's genius. You guys shouldn't have allowed that to be in the pool.
No. He should have to drink coffee for a week. He has to drink coffee for a week.
He's the fucking guy that drinks coffee on vacation. He likes it.
I'll have a little cappuccino.
We'll tweak Craig's. Chris's punishment is I think we get to choose his phone background for a week.
Or was it? No, I think it was phone case or phone background.
Oh, it was case and background. Yeah, case and background for a week.
We got to do case.
Van Lathan is the winner gets to post from his account on Twitter once a week for a month.
Rage bait.
Yeah, it's but like most controversial tweets imaginable. And then Sean, Fantasy has to wear a headband on an entire pod, but he is not allowed to address it.
I don't know why, but I want that one so bad. Like Sean,
not allowed to say anything
because look, you realize that there's a small chance that this happens like in the first episode where the big picture's on Netflix or something.
Oh my and he's like interviewing Werner Herzog.
Also, like the Venn diagram of people that like know about this from watching the fantasy draft versus people who are watching his stuff.
Sean's going to be talking to like Chloe Zhao about Hamnet wearing a headband.
It's also the timing. It's right during Oscars season is when he coming last.
It's so good. I really want that one to happen.
He's like going over really the funny. BAFTA and what it means for the Oscars. And he's
right now, Sean is in second to last.
I know. Sean is second lowest points. Yeah, Van is in a tough spot, but Van wants to lose. Van wants people to tweet for him.
I know. He's like, he wants all the smoke.
It's so good. So yeah, okay. Toilet bowl upcoming. So
I will say though, even though it was my idea to do this points wild card situation, I will be bitching if I am the 5 seed by record and don't make the fucking playoffs. I will be upset.
Who are you going to bitch to?
I don't know, but I will be bitching.
Look at the mirror, pal. Like pointing at yourself in the mirror.
I need to make it known. Have you guys seen those phone cases? This is what we should do for Chris Ryan. Have you seen those phone cases that look like an old like 90s phone? It's like giant. It's like a foot tall. And the whole point of it is to make you look at your phone less because it's so cumbersome.
They're heavy.
Yeah.
They're heavy. They're like 10 pounds.
Yes. That's what we should get, Chris.
Good.
And Chris comes back and he's like, yeah, just stop using my phone. And I'm like, I remember the 90s. Yeah. He's just like happier.
I just want to see him having to carry that in, but like he can't put it in his pocket for a week.
So good. That is elite.
Yeah.
Email us at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com. That's a good case idea. Jersey ideas for Bill. And then, I cut headband. We get to buy Sean's headband. We got to figure out what that headband is too. So we'll see. Okay.
He's going to be sweating out these last couple of weeks, man.
This is what the toilet bowl is amazing. Imagine if it's like Chris Ryan and Sean fighting over whether one of them has to wear a headband or have a 1987 phone case.
Okay, that's so fucking funny.
That's so good.
All right, this episode is brought to you by American Eagle. Gift, hooray. Give great jeans this holiday season with American Eagle. They have all the wish list worthy new arrivals for everyone on your list, including you. Check out the comfy, cozy sweaters, soft fleece, sweatshirts, hoodies, flannels, and so much more. Plus, you'll love their trending jeans, like the high-waisted stovepipe, original straight, boot cut, and a whole bunch of other fits. They've got every style and everyone covered. You can check it all out at ae.com or just go to the store. I went to the store last week in the mall, and I got a bunch of American Eagles, and it's awesome.
Nice.
Got a great jacket. Jeans were on sale. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Looking good for your Christmas parties, family gatherings.
Yeah. Got a flannel, original straight.
I love getting some new clothes for the holiday season.
It was great.
Yeah, it's awesome. Nothing feels better.
All right. Couple email. We can just do an email.
Wait, do you see these two phone cases I texted the group?
Brick.
Oh, no.
Look at the brick one. It's so big.
It's so big.
We'll put it on Instagram. Look at this thing.
That. I kind of want that. I'm not kidding.
So big.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's like Zach Morris over here.
Oh God.
That's for my.
Like imagine trying to go on a walk with that thing. You can't. You like
that is incredible.
What if we put his phone, like connected it to like a shake weight type of situation?
Oh, we make our own case?
Yeah.
Someone did that. That's what I was talking about. Someone made like a case out of metal because they wanted to make their case like
attach
14
it to
pounds.
A fucking cinder block.
Because they have the pickups, you know.
Cinder block. He has to take a cinder block wherever he goes.
What if we attach it to like a pool noodle?
Yeah, I like that.
Then what? Checkmate, Chris. Now what? He's just walking around with a fucking
He's like,
pool
I'm just
noodle.
not having a phone this week.
He's got to like put the pool noodle in his car somehow.
He has to bring it with him. That's the key thing here.
I mean, it's his phone, right? Like, if he doesn't want to, I guess he doesn't have to, but he's going to have to figure out how to put a pool noodle in his car.
It would be funny to get a thing of concrete and like pour it and put the phone case in the concrete, and then you just slip the phone in.
So he physically, literally cannot pick it up.
Like the Jell-O trick on The Office, put his phone in Jell-O.
That, it's really funny.
I just want the headband is so good.
There's a lot of good options here. Mallory coming in last would be
like
worse.
on at first blush, Craig, like the headband thing sounds dumb to me. Like I'm like, oh, that's whatever. I'll wear a headband. But when you describe exactly what he has to do, I'm like, oh my God.
It's like his very busy season is the best part.
He's like sitting down with Ryan Coogler and he has a fucking headband on. I just think would be so good. He probably wouldn't do it for a director.
I know. Obviously, he's going to refuse.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Okay. For emails here, I'll read one from this email was from Not a Hyena.
Okay.
Oh. Seems like something a hyena
kind of did
might
the
say.
same bit here twice, kind of ruined it, but this person kind of wrote in kind of joking about being a hyena. It was a bunch of hyena facts because we were kind of shit talking hyenas.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they wrote in and they had a bunch of facts about hyenas, and it's pretty crazy that jaws can chew through bone. And I was kind of reading, I'm like, oh wow, matriarchal, that's pretty cool. Social hierarchy. I'm like, oh, this is cool. They can run really fast. And then this sentence just stopped me in my tracks. And they were like, yeah, they're like, oh yeah, the laughing. It's like famous complex communication system. All these facts, they can run up to 8 miles. The calls can go 10 miles. And then there's this sentence, female hyenas have a pseudopenis because their clit can be erect in up to 7 inches.
Did you just say clit?
Clit.
Wait, sorry. Say that. Did you call a hyena's? You said you were pointing out a hyena's clit?
This sentence was in the email. Female hyenas have a pseudopenis because their clit can be erect in up to 7 inches.
Can we not say clit?
What should he have
Call
said?
it a clitoris or something. I don't know.
DK says, who's the biggest bust, like all the time. I'm reading the email.
It's weird to shorten it to clit.
Well, they did it. So, like me saying clitoris would be fucking less weird.
It
Get
is
the fuck
weird.
out of
It
here.
is better. We're talking like about the animal kingdom now.
So anyway, I was like, well, there's no way that is true. I am not going to just take the word of this random emailer who made a fake Gmail called Not a Hyena.
You Googled it. Hyena clit.
So I looked into it.
I looked into it.
Well, I found the Wikipedia article for pseudopenis.
Is a hyena the only one that has a pseudopenis, or is it pretty common?
No, it's not. So, Wikipedia, a pseudopenis is any structure found on an animal that, while superficially appearing to be a penis, is derived from a different developmental path. Mammals, all intact developmentally typical males, have a penis. But in some species, the clitoris is in the females of the following species are sufficiently enlarged. What'd you say?
Thank you for saying clitoris that time.
Well, I'm just reading the Wikipedia. But they're sufficiently enlarged that it's termed a pseudopenis. And this is true in the spotted hyena, the juvenile fossa, elephants, binturong, lemurs, and spider monkeys.
No. That's awesome. What's a binturong?
I think it's like a weird bear dog.
How big? Imagine how big a pseudopenis is.
God. Look up a binturong. These are the coolest looking animals I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're kind of
like a scary fucking red
they're
panda.
Like badgers.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, imagine the size of an elephant's pseudopenis.
It's fucking wild. And well, so these animals, I believe, are all matriarchal. So there actually is a real reason. Also, I think that developmentally, like all those parts become like, and also, wait, I'm just going to keep reading here.
By the way, whoever's listening, the next trivia on Monday, all 3 of them should be animal penis length.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pseudopenis if you can.
Or pseudopenis. Heifetz, are you saying that basically the pseudopenis gives these animals BDE? And that's why...
But it's the women, to be clear.
Right.
But the female spotted... So it gets... The animal kingdom is fascinating, man. The female spotted hyena urinates, copulates, and gives birth through the pseudopenis.
It pees. It pees out of the clitoris,
and gives birth and has sex.
It gives birth through their pseudopenis.
So this, that scene in Interstellar where the ships kind of have to align.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of how it works.
Docking.
Yeah, docking.
Right.
But as weird and gross as this is, it's kind of interesting because the reason, evolutionary, it prevents males from mating without basically consent from the females. So the mating preferences of the females are dominant. So they're matriarchal species that have this because it selects the men can't just like have sex with any of the women. So there are matriarchal species, and all the species that have this, the pseudopenis, they're all matriarchal and they dominate the males. And the males are subservient.
Wow. That is fascinating.
So that was what I was doing this morning.
I'm going to spend the next like 2 hours researching binturongs, not pseudopenises, binturongs, because these animals
is a word that sounds like it is a pseudopenis, a binturong.
Yeah.
I can't believe they pee and give birth through that.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know if I buy it.
How do they? An elephant give? Wait, you're talking about an elephant gives birth through the pseudopenis?
That's what Wikipedia says.
That can't,
I feel like
that can't be.
Just look up where does an elephant give birth through? What does an elephant? Some of these
right, Gemini. Come on, Gemini.
Come on, Gemini.
Oh, Gemini has different thoughts.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, no, Gemini doesn't agree.
Well, I'm glad we did our research on that.
Anyway, when Craig, I asked for hyena facts, wasn't what I had in mind.
Shit, we really got some. That was awesome. Craig, did you see any animals giving birth when you went to Africa? In the wild?
I don't believe I did, no.
Okay. Did you see a rhino? Just like Ace Ventura.
I saw a human man come out of the backside of a rhino.
Did you say they showed the It's Always Sunny clip on the Manning cast, the Danny DeVito coming out of the couch, butt naked? They showed that.
Oh, really?
Cast.
Yeah.
And Danny DeVito couldn't believe it. He was actually just cackling.
Oh, man.
All right, we should probably get the fuck out of here. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, DK. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, everyone, for adding us on the Wrapped. Please share us on Instagram. Share us. Thank you to everyone who's listened to either 10 seconds of this or you're in the 100th percentile. Like, thank you to everyone. It's awesome that we're on your Wrapped. So thank you so much. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Ronak. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Sticks.
All right, little renegade love.
Renegade.
The jig is up. I don't know the words. That's all I know.
That was great when we were in Ireland and they sang that.
Yeah, that
was really cool.
That was cool because they didn't boo it.
Right. They won that game.
Right.
That was the best game DK Metcalf will ever have on the Steelers.
Because of one play.
Yeah. They also have Come Sail Away. That's a good song.
Oh, is that them?
And Mr. Roboto. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Is that Sticks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I don't know anything about them.
Sticks. Okay, let's see there. They are
American
rock band formed in Chicago. 1972.
I don't know the Sticks Renegade Steelers origin. Do you know that, Heifetz?
I don't either.
I don't either.
I know the
Craig, you're the
towel
Steelers
origin,
fan. You got to know this stuff.
I know. I don't know. I feel like I've never lived in Pittsburgh. I feel like that's kind of a
Renegade started for the Steelers. They played it in 2002, and the team did really well after the song played, and they just kept playing it.
Oh, so it was just like the music supervisor of Heinz Field just played that, and they were like,
I feel like that's how all of the things go. All traditions are kind of like it happened once and it worked, so we just never stopped.
It's just a rally cap, but a song.
Yes, though.
Okay, maybe they need a new song.
Yeah. Maybe
we should try a different.
Everything
song.
comes to an end at some point. Yeah,
I know. Like Sweet Caroline, all the Boston people hate that now.
Can't eat soups with forks.
That's right.
That should be a punishment in the league next year. You have to eat soup with a fork.
Isn't somebody have to do? Joe House has to do 2 cold cans of soup if he gets last.
Clinch the playoffs, though.
Once again, he's kind of excited about that, I feel like.
He actively wanted it.
Yeah.
He took that 10th.
Second round.
Goodbye, everyone. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.